Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Sunday to everyone. And I'm so glad you can join us. We have just completed, believe it or not, the first month of 2016. I don't know where 2015 went, and already we're a whole month in the books on 2016, but we have some really excited stuff that we're about to share with you today. If you're on this call, then you're part of an eclectic group. You either know someone that's sharing tonight, or you've been looking for information about how someone you know has changed their health. You could be on the midst of your health journey, and we want to congratulate you on that. Or you might be a seasoned resident who changed their health years ago. And as you know, health is a journey. So you're continuing along here. And this is one of the avenues that we have for support. So I'm really excited you're with us. I never get tired of these stories. And this is, again, part of why what we do is so successful. Because one, we have so many of them, but two, it's a part of our inspiration, our support, and we learn so much of it. And we're starting out 2016 on the highest note we ever had. So for those that don't know me, my name is Brad Miller. This is my wife, Ashley, and my family. A little bit about my health story at the bottom, but basically after watching my family lose over 2,600 pounds on this amazing plan for optimal health, I started to take notice because I was going the opposite direction. And I fell in love with it so much that my health has continued to improve. That top right-hand corner, you can see that my wife and I are very active people, and we're passing those things right on to my little guy right there, who's about 14 months right now. So my family changed their health. It's affected me, and now it's starting to affect more generations. So it's just really cool to see what people coming together can do. So I'm happy to say that this is my 7th new year as far as getting healthy on my health journey. And every year is something to look forward to because you're always moving forward. Health is something that never ends. And like my dad wisely told me, it's very much like the laundry. It's never quite done. So you can be really caught up on it, but you'll never be completely on top of it. So that's what makes it fun, is there's always something to work on, always something to improve upon, and always something that we're learning. And that's, again, probably one of the most exciting things, is that there's always something that we're learning, growing in, and having success in. So here's one second. I got to see if I can find one person that's unmuted. There we go. Got him. So anyways, I'm really excited to share the stories with you. And I also have a co-host tonight, a person that's partners that come into our lives. She's drastically changed her health. China changed from sick care to health care. And actually, I was going to bring her on to share a little bit of her story and introduce some of the people that will be sharing tonight.
Absolutely. Hi, Brad. How are you? I'm so excited just to see everybody on the call tonight. And this is my 6th new year coming into helping people change their health. And yeah, 6 years ago, I was working full-time as a registered nurse, and I was about 45 pounds heavier than I wanted to be. And I found this amazing program, was able to get my health back under control, and then really help a lot of people around me. And most importantly, my friends and family and the people that I love the most. So it's been really wonderful to not only just get my health in order, lose those 45 pounds, have a beautiful baby girl in the meantime, but also now my husband and I get to do this full time. We get to pour into others' lives, and we get to really center our lives around our little baby girl and raise her. And it's been an amazing blessing. So exciting to share some stories with you tonight. And as we kind of bring on some of the speakers, hopefully you can resonate with something that they share, and will really be able to help partner with you and move your health forward as well. So Brad, thank you for inviting me to be here with you tonight. So this is why we're here. We have lots of stories to share, and I'm really excited to bring on some of our first speakers. But really, there's a lot of people on the call joining us from all across the country, and maybe you're here to learn a little bit more about the program. Maybe you've got someone on your heart. And maybe you're just curious about what this community is. But these calls are something that we do often. We love to share stories. I could listen to stories all day long, but we love to share stories. We love to invite people into our community and link arms with others. So let's get this call started and let's share some stories. The stories you hear tonight are going to really incorporate different areas of health. There's 3 main components: healthy body, healthy minds, and healthy finances. So as you're listening to some of these stories, take a moment and think about your own health and where you're at. Maybe some areas that you'd like to see improved. I know for me, I definitely wanted to see my body become healthier. I wanted to put more emphasis on, how I was fueling myself, and also how I was, the activity I was getting. Things like that were important. But really, we love to have a healthy, active lifestyle. I wanted to be able to get out and do that again. And then the healthy mind part was probably the most pivotal point for me. and I know for a lot of others too, but really lowering my stress and finding time for, my family and the things that are most important. That's where I also have grown just as much as in my physical health. So I'm really excited to bring on some of these next stories, and as they're going to highlight some of these areas that they've been able to move forward. So the first person I'd like to bring on is Miss Karen, who's joining us from sunny San Diego. Karen, are you with us? I would love for you to just share a little bit about your story and what's changed over the last year for you.
Yes, I'm here, Dawn. I appreciate the opportunity to share my story. I'm kind of typical in that I was a chubby child, and I struggled with 20 or 30 pounds for my entire adult life. I tried everything from counting calories to counting points, from prepackaged food to grapefruit and cottage cheese, from drops to pills. I could lose weight, but it always came back. And so my wardrobe consisted with sizes from 8 to 14. I just didn't have the tools to keep it off. And I was frustrated, but I was determined to find something because I knew there had to be something out there that would work for me. So a couple years ago, my daughter Christina met you, Dawn, on a nursing mothers support group. And Dawn was a health coach at the time and talked to Christina, and Christina went on the Nursing Moms program because she had gained a lot of weight when she was pregnant and she was having trouble getting it off. Well, she was very successful, and she encouraged me to talk to Dawn, and Dawn talked to me a couple times, but I insisted to Dawn that I didn't want to be on another program. I think what happened in reality was I just wasn't ready. So in October of 2014, Christina asked me to join a Meltdown Challenge. And she thought it would be fun to do it together because by that time she was in San Diego and I was still in New Jersey. So to humor her, I decided to join the challenge. And we agreed to each of us lose 6% of our body weight. But I insisted I wasn't buying anything. 2 weeks into the challenge, I said, okay, my way's not working. I will try your program for 1 month, but that's it. Well, what a game changer that was for me. I stuck to the program and I was amazed it worked. And I was amazed how well it worked and how easy it was to stick to. It seemed that every time I turned around, it was time to eat again because you eat 6 meals a day. So in a very short time, I lost the 26 pounds, which was my initial goal. Since then, I've changed the goal a couple times and have lost a total of 38 pounds. And just last week, I decided, why don't we round it off to 40? So I have 2 more pounds to lose. So that's the good story. Then last April, as a result of a routine mammogram, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was very small. It could only be detected by an ultrasound. So I had a lumpectomy and 4 weeks of intense radiation. Fortunately, I didn't need chemo. Because of Take Shape for Life, I was feeling great physically, and I had started walking 2 miles every morning. I decided that I was ready for this breast cancer challenge. I transitioned to maintenance before starting the radiation, but I decided I wasn't going to change my routine. I continued to walk my 2 miles every morning. I continued to eat my 6 small meals a day. I didn't change my routine. My breast surgeon commented that I was an ideal patient. And she was amazed at how quickly I healed after surgery. I attribute that to the fact that I was the healthiest version of myself that I could possibly be, both before and during my treatment. My surgeon has assured me that she got it all and that I'm cured. But I will need to have repeat mammograms every 6 months for 5 years and continue to follow up with a medical oncologist. I am happy to report that my first 6-month mammogram was clear. Yay! I credit my speedy recovery to being healthy in both body and mind. This program came to me at the right time, and I will be forever grateful. Now I want to share it with everybody who is ready to make that commitment to their health. That's my story.
That's so awesome. Karen, thank you so much for sharing. what an amazing blessing that's been, that you were at such a healthy weight that they were able to find it. And I know we've talked about that a few times, but amazing. So happy that you decided to humor Christina, and I know she's so happy too. Amazing, amazing story. Thank you so much, Karen.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, you guys. Well, next I want to bring on, we're gonna zip up the coast to the Seattle, Washington area, and we're gonna bring on another amazing story. So I'd like to see if Danielle is with us, and if you could unmute and join us and share some of your incredible story with us.
Absolutely. So thank you, first of all, for coming to our time here and listening to our stories. This is my sister, Dina, and we've had a little online challenge to see who could have the most. So once we're done speaking, we're going to take a little tally to see who gets the coffee card. So first of all, I was introduced to Take Shape for Life in March of 2015 by my sister. I was, encouraging, hey, good for you, but I was doing my own thing, so I didn't pay that much attention. And my own thing turned out to be a dud. It required a lot of food preparation, a lot of time. I was swallowing pills all the time. It was crazy. I lost about 5 pounds, then regained it all back because it was sort of a cleanse, do this for a few days kind of a thing. So that didn't work. So, and like Karen, I felt like I had tried every single thing and I would lose weight, but then gain weight right back as soon as I was finished. So finally, Dina at this point had lost about 50 pounds. And I thought, oh, heck, why not give it a try? It can't be any worse than what I'm doing right now. So I started it in June. My first week, I lost 10 pounds. My first month, I lost 20 pounds, which results not typical. But I was originally hoping to lose 20, and it was so simple to do that I thought, hey, why not go for 35? So it was fantastic. I went from a size 14, pushing 16 to now a comfortable size 6. I used to buy clothes and look at how they could cover and conceal the parts that I didn't want anybody to see. And now I just buy what I like because everything looks pretty good on me. So my latest doctor visit was fantastic. We've got a history of diabetes and heart disease, and I had been told by a doctor that it's not a matter of if I'll get it, it's a matter of when I'll get it. But my last blood test, everything was at a fantastic level. Not only it was in the normal level, it's actually in the protective level. So it was better than normal. And I never dreamed in a million years that I would be this healthy at 42. Before I was doing Take Shape for Life, I had started in CrossFit, which I loved, but it was really hard. And over the summer, I took a break from that to focus on getting to a healthy weight. Then when I came back 35 pounds lighter, wow, everything was so much more doable. Nothing is simple in CrossFit, but the idea of climbing a rope with 35 pounds less is like, yeah, that I can do that. So it's also impacted me in so many other ways that are kind of hard to describe because conquering the weight issue, which I've really had since college. I gained the freshman 50 instead of the freshman 15. So I feel like I can do anything. I've got the confidence now. I left a job that was really draining, overwhelming all the time. And I now have a new job that I love, I adore. And it's just so wonderful to have been able to make that change, not because of the weight loss, but because of the confidence. As a health coach, I know this offers so much more than just a healthy weight and healthy habits. It offers confidence and a renewed sense of self-worth that I feel like I can go out and tackle anything. And I love that it can literally add healthy, vibrant years to your life. I've been a rep for a lot of other things that can save time and make you look nice and those kind of things, but nothing compares to being able to help those you love live a longer, healthier, more positive life.
Dang, Danielle, that's awesome. I love that. Great. As a nurse, I love that your levels are all now in the protective area. Like, wow, that's just incredible. And you know what? I love that you're also sitting right there next to your sister, Dina, who has an incredible story, and you guys together have really, really taken your health back, and it's rippled into your whole family. So thank you, Danielle, for sharing. I know that inspired a lot of people. And Dina, would you like to come and share your story with us since you're sitting right there? That'd be fantastic.
Well, of course. So thanks for having me. let's see. Before Take Shape for Life, had been diabetic for years. I was also always very diligent about going to the doctor, taking my medications, because I knew that there were a lot of very dire complications. But I really didn't feel capable or knowledgeable or able to really control my life enough and my health enough to really help myself get better, not just live with it. So I was introduced to Take Shape for Life with someone at my work, and through them got connected with my health coach, Jen, who helped me get started in last January. So right away, one of the things I was thinking about when we were getting ready for this was remembering that about a week into it, I said to my sister, I'm feeling so good, I think I might have to get a hobby. And I was serious. I had to get a hobby. So over the course of the next few months, I started to feel really, really good. Other people were noticing, including a lot of family members, not just my sister, as well as some people at work. So that was really exciting, and I was feeling really great. So over the summertime, it kind of caught fire with family and friends. We were able to do a lot of things like camping, where previously we were kind of the eating group at the camping problem and always thinking about our next meal. We became a lot more active, doing a lot more fun things. We were still thinking about our next meal, but it was a lean and green meal. And we had a solid week of camping. Took a picture of the adults in the group, and across, I think, 9 of us, we'd lost over 200 pounds, and that was just in a few months. The number would be even bigger right now. Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. So I did get a new hobby that I think now is a lot more than a hobby. It's a passion, and it would be health coaching. I originally started health coaching for 2 reasons. One, I had family members like my dad who I wanted to be able to help. And also because I had read that a health coach is 5 times more likely to reach their healthy weight and maintain it. Since I had never been able to do that in the past, I figured I needed all the help I could get. So I started it for those reasons, but I have to say, kind of like what Danielle was talking about, as you're helping other people, there's nothing like being able to help your family members, your friends, your coworkers. We call it the ripples of health, right? And how that just spreads and continues to spread. And even, recently, someone else in our family, from our mother's side of the family, joined us in Take Shape for Life. So it's pretty neat. Like, the ripples have started and they're just continuing, and that is very motivating and very inspiring. One last thing I would say, so I ended up losing about 75 pounds and all of the diabetes medications I was taking. So that is tremendous. I started hoping to avoid insulin and lose 20 pounds. So there you have that. More than that, and more than the coaching, Jen was able to help me really improve my sleep, reduce my stress levels a lot. So for me, it really was kind of the whole trilogy. My body is very much healthier, and so is my mind. My finances are improving too with coaching. So got the full meal deal going by just taking a leap of faith a little over a year ago. So couldn't have imagined what would happen for me then.
Wow, Dina and Danielle. And there you have that. I can't imagine. And what can happen in just a little over a year. That's incredible. Beautiful story. Love that you guys are able to help your whole family and really partner with your health coach, Jen. I mean, that's one of the things I love about this. We all have our own health coach. We all have our own personal person right there cheering us along as we're helping other people. And that ripple of health, it's just natural. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. One of the things that we're definitely seeing is, you guys can hear it they're talking about healthy bodies and healthy minds, and how that has also helped them be more mindful of finances and just really being abundant there in all of those areas of health. I love this slide because it's the golden circle, and really what it talks about is, we are surrounded by the what's and the hows of the world, right? Like, everybody's going to want to know, what are you doing? How are you doing it? There's always something out there. Danielle, you were talking about, you were taking this pill and that pill and, working out and doing all kinds of things. Like, everybody's wanting to know what, but what you guys are hearing loud and clear is the why. every single story that you're hearing, there is a why. Dina started to lose 20 pounds and to hopefully not ever have to take, more diabetes medication. And what happens when you really get dialed into what you really want in your health and really want overall in your life is that the what's and the hows all fall into alignment. And that's what, Brad's going to share in a little bit, just kind of the what and the how of our program. But really what's important and what really matters is the why. So thank you guys all so much for really clearly speaking to that. I'd like to bring on our final speaker this evening, a dear friend of mine all the way over in New Jersey. Abby, if you're with us, I would love for you to share the story, incredible pictures that we're seeing on the screen.
So I found myself years ago in the same place that a lot of mommies find themselves in, where I was happy to have this new baby at home and I was nursing all the time, but that also meant that I was eating all the time. And I wasn't sleeping all the time. And so all of these pounds kind of carried on and on and on. And I wound up at the biggest I'd ever been in my entire life, even bigger than I was at 9 months pregnant. And it was a really, not just physically uncomfortable, but a very emotionally uncomfortable place, because I knew, just like the other ladies were sharing, that I had to shop for stuff that would hide what was under there and not what I wanted to wear. And as a young mom, I had my son just before I turned 24 years old. And so it was like, I'm so young and I'm in my early 20s and I shouldn't have to go shop in a section that's meant for my mother. But that's what I did. And so I started this journey of my own several years ago and was like, okay, I'm going to work out. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to make all my own food. I'm going to prep my stuff in the kitchen. Yeah. And then that works for about a couple of weeks until you're exhausted or your child needs to eat and you're feeding them instead. And then you wind up right back to where you were plus some. And so that was a lot of years ago. And I kind of yo-yoed back and forth between what I call the black and the red, which are those first two pictures on the right-hand side, for a very long time. And then in the red is where I found Christina. Karen's daughter, Christina, and I met each other because we were both nursing our babies as well. Her pictures, they blew me away when I saw them. And I was like, okay, I guess, what are you doing? I have to know, what are you doing? And she shared this with me, and she had me actually talk with Dawn as well, because she knew that Dawn would be able to kind of relate to part of my story as being a nurse as well. And so we talked, and I fussed and argued about why I shouldn't do the program and why it wasn't going to be a good idea, or here were my objections or whatever, when what it really boiled down to is that I was scared. And I didn't know how I would handle it if I failed again. But I said, you know what, let me take the leap, let me do it, and let's see if it'll work. Because being a busy nurse, I didn't have time for all this food prep in the kitchen, all this nonsense about counting macros. I just couldn't do it. And she was like, no, I promise you it'll be easy. You'll be able to do this. I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll see. And sure enough, the first week, and then the second week, and then the third week, and all of the weeks that came after it, I did it. And it was easy. I could keep a bar in my scrub pocket, and if I was hungry, step outside for literally a minute and a half, eat the bar, drink some water, and go back to what I was doing. And it's not about the food, but it was about the ease of the nutrition that was given to me to get to where I needed to be. And so this other little picture that's on here of my scale is kind of something that hasn't even set in for me yet, because I never thought that it was possible. So when it happened and I took the picture and I was all excited and I put it on my Instagram, it still hasn't really set in that that's really me. Like, it's my body that was attached to those feet that's standing on the scale. And I got into the 120s, and I never thought that it would be possible. And I feel so much better. I shop wherever I want. I've bought jeans as small as a size 2 now, when I was wearing them as big as a 16 or an 18 at one point. It's not about the number on the scale, and it's not about the number on the tag in my jeans, but it's such a reflection of all the hard work that I put into getting to where I am. And if it wasn't for having 2 coaches, not just one, but 2 coaches that were on me when I needed them to be, but a loving, gentle support when I needed them to be, I wouldn't be here. And because of them, I saw what was possible and how amazing it was that they impacted other people's lives, that I decided to coach as well. And that is an entirely different story for another time. But I love doing it because I'm watching other people change their health, change their lives, change their families, because I'm able to say, you know what, let me help you. Let me meet you where you are and find something that's going to work for you. And so I'm super grateful that it started with Dawn helping Christina, who helped me to be where I am, to be a healthier, happier me. I'm a better mommy. I'm a better wife. I'm a better friend. I'm definitely a more energetic, more with it nurse when I'm at work. And I work nights and I work days, so I swing shift. I work lots of overtime. And this program gave me the energy that I need to be able to do that, which is what has provided for my family. So grateful on so many different levels for the program, for my support, everything.
Wow, Abby, thank you so much for sharing. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm watching the chat window blow up. This is so exciting. Like, so many people are just loving the stories. And Abby, absolutely incredible. Love that you are a more energetic mommy. And I mean, I think we've heard story after story this evening of people really finding themselves, really coming alongside someone where we really are truly better together. And I think that's one of the beautiful pieces of our program, is that we come alongside people. And just like you said, Abby, meet them where they're at, meet you where you're at, find out what's important, and then we just take steps together to go in that direction of health that you desire most. So I'm so excited to bring on our co-host again, Brad, as we go into a little bit of the logistics about what is our program, and the little things that are probably on your minds. Like, now that you've heard these beautiful stories, you're probably wondering a little bit more about what this would look like for you. So take it away, Brad.
Yeah, I'm so excited to get to share this part. We do these calls a lot. So if this is the first time you tune in, please grab them as we do them. We do them periodically and sporadically because we literally have hundreds and thousands of these stories. I love it because those stories, like, these should be on TV shows. We all know that one person that, like, it's highlighted on, like, that one TV show. And believe me, some of our stories have been. Like, we were actually in a magazine, Good Morning America, this year. Like, this is where our stories go. But these are, like, real life stories that happen every day. Everyone has the opportunity to do something extraordinary. And I just love getting to hear the stories because, if you sat next to Abby or, Karen or anyone, you might not know that they completely transformed their life physically and all the other areas we were talking about. Dawn, I'm really glad you went over that slide. So we just want to ask you, where you're at. You might be doing pretty well in your health. You might be at the lowest you might been. It doesn't really matter, is we can always take steps forward. So where is it that you want to be next? Like, taking off that ability to be like, I don't know if I can. Well, what if you can do anything you want to do? Like, what would be really exciting if you could just do it? And I loved, like, Abby's slide there with the picture on the scale. Like, it literally, like, anything is possible. Like, what if you fail? What if you fly? What if you get to a point where you don't recognize yourself in the mirror because you've come so far in your health? What if you catch yourself saying, oh my gosh, I've never felt this good before in my life. I want to accomplish that next thing, instead of grinding it out on something you have to do. This is a whole new way approaching health. So I really like it because we focus on all areas of health. And Dawn, that slide you went over, so perfect, because we focus on the whys, not that hows and whats. And it's funny, when you focus on the why and really how our program sets up and do that, the hows and whats become fun, exciting, not grueling. You look forward to them, and then they just become part of your daily routine before even thinking about it, as opposed to trying to do those things, grind it out. Guys, you know what? We're almost in February, which means the gym is just about to be empty. So it was just crowded, and now it's about to be empty again. That's literally what happens day in, day out, because these are not sustainable things. Abby, you really covered that. How you would have this great intention, but is it sustainable, and all of those things. So we focus on optimal health and achieving that and moving it forward, because optimal health is something you can't ever fully accomplish, but it's something you have at all times, if that really makes sense. It's the best possible health at any given time, knowing that you can reach for something higher at the next given point. So healthy mind, we cover that. So the healthy stool that we talk about is it needs 3 legs. It can't hold up with just 1 or 2. So healthy mind is one of them. We focus on coaching, accountability, and support. Like, one thing I'm really excited, like, I've been part of Abby's story and explaining what the next steps are. It's just because there's multiple layers of support, and there's always a whole crowd of people that are supporting her. And so, like, we've already talked about, like, what it's going to be like next, now that you've hit her goal, because now we're going to be like, all right, now we're focused on the next level of fueling. Maybe we're going to step up healthy motion at that next level. It always becomes, what's next? Because it's all possible. And then we focus on knowing what to do for the eating and nutrition plan. So it becomes really simple and easy. So just like there's 3 parts to the support of optimal health, there's 3 components to how our plans work and our nutrition plan and our approach to optimal health. So number 1 is support. Number 2 is education, which I'll go over here in a second. And then number 3 is the simple fueling. This is sometimes what people think is the what or the how, but this is just a part of the whole equation. So we have nutrition plans for wherever you're at. Most of the people you saw here tonight do our 5-in-1 program. It's where you choose 5 of our balanced meal replacement nutrition pieces 5 times a day. Focus on eating every 2 to 3 hours, and then 1 time a day choosing a lean and green, where you make that at home or out at a restaurant. It really trains you on how to find healthy option wherever it is you go and how simple it is. But really the basis of our program is learning to fuel your body 6 times a day. That's really where we start, and then we cover a program based on what it is that you want to do. So we have our meals have balanced nutrition. They're clinically proven and developed. There's over 70 kinds. Our lean and greens that we lay out that you can have at home are simply laid out, super easy to prepare, and they give you simple guidelines of knowing what to do. Our weight loss on our program is fast. You guys have seen people that have had great success on this. And their weight loss results. We typically, clinical studies show 2 to 5 pounds a week, 1 to 2 pounds thereafter, after the first couple weeks. But, we usually exceed that, especially with how easy our program is. And Dawn, did you want to add anything in here? The great thing I love about it too is that just the average cost of it being no more than what you're currently spending. So actually Karen was talking about, I'm not going to buy anything. But one thing that I love is that you're just trading out your grocer. Does your grocer provide you with a community of support, guidelines, support, a nutrition plan that's going to get you where you want to go? So for me, I actually saved money on this plan. And I'm one of those people that are like, I don't know why I would ever think this way, but I was like, if it's going to cost me $50 more to do this, I'm not going to do this. I lost 30 pounds and drastically changed my health. And I was seriously so stubborn that I was thinking, if it's $50 more than what I'm currently spending, I'm not going to do it. I would pay $1 million for the health that I have right now. It's so funny to think that way, but I love it because we have not only a system that is so simple for everyone, but anyone has access to it because we all eat food, and you get to have a nutrition plan support all through the support of just what you eat and where you shop for your grocery store. So I completely love this. And one way I like to explain it to people is it's like trying to explain Disneyland to people that's never been to Disneyland before, because you wouldn't know how to explain all the components of it until you really get to experience. So this down here at the bottom is just kind of an idea of how it would be on plan a day. It's simple, it's easy. We focus on drinking 100 ounces of water a day, or working on that water habit, and just fueling and grabbing something every 2 to 3 hours. And this is what I love about this when we talk about our fuel plans. There's different fuel plans that we have based on where you're at in your health. You might not need to lose weight, but maybe nutrition and eating right and having a community is not something you have in spades. So that's one thing that we get to really help people with and make it simple. And what I like to say is, guys, there's a million things going on in our life. We're Americans, which means that every second of our day, there's something going on, something that needs something from us. What if health and thriving in our health was the easiest part of our day? And that's just really what I love about this. So here are just some of our nutrition plans. We have the 5-in-1 plan. That's where you eat the 5 meals a day and then have the one detailed out way to eat a healthy meal, basically have an easy way to approach that healthy meal. Or a lot of people start or move into a 3-in-3 plan where you just continue focusing on that fueling. It's simple, it's easy. You don't get yourself in that area where Abby was talking about, where you're like, I have good intentions for 2 weeks, but then it just becomes too undoable because the dishwasher breaks, one thing goes wrong, and then you're just back to square one. It gives you that community, not to mention the support. So what I love about this is we have predictable transformation. These books in the left-hand corner here are the books that I was talking about. This is huge for me because as I was gaining my health, I dove into this book that my health coach encouraged me to read. I didn't read. I read now. This is another thing this program has taught me, is how to learn and appreciate the education. The average American, 50% of people don't read a book after high school. And I was definitely one of those people until this program. Now I devour books, even though I hate reading. So this one started clicking for me when it starts to talk about how to approach health as I was taking those baby steps. You do that with the support of a health coach and community, just like these calls. This is all a part of your support. There's tons of inspiration and support. And you combine that with the easy layout of one of our plans, and you get these predictable transformation. And that on the screen, the big one before and after, that's Christina, who paid it forward to a few of the people hearing it here today. So I love it. And I wanted to share that with you guys because literally that's the biggest thing about this, is not only getting healthy, not only learning the way to do this, not only having the support, but the ability to have you ever thought about, wow, I could inspire someone to be healthy? Yes. And that's really how simple it is, because these days real people just want to trust real people. We don't care about the advertisement. I'm not going to, there's great programs out there. They have great things to them, but we don't trust those celebrities that have been paid, hundreds of thousands of dollars, because we know they got paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to say those things. But we know real people, and this is kind of fun to say, but when I saw my mom be successful in this, I was like, well, I know if my mom can do it, I can do that, because I've seen her go up and down her entire life. So it's like, wow, that's easy to do if that person can do it. And I just love to show this ripple effect here, because that's Dawn. This is another ripple effect she has created. She paid it forward to a friend back home in Wyoming. Lori paid it forward to Abby. Abby paid it forward to Andrea. Andrea paid it forward. And it just keeps on going. And the ripple effect has gotten even bigger from there. But also the ability to have purpose in your life in everything that you do. It might not be this may not be where your passion is, but just the ability to move forward gives you energy in itself. So it's like this revolving door that just keeps spinning faster and faster as you go. So that's our program. That's how it works. And I love that you guys got to join us here today. Again, whether you are hopping on for the first time and you're like, I have no idea why I'm here, or you are on your journey and you've just got your cup filled on some inspiration of what might be possible for you down the line, or if you've been doing this for a while like Dawn and you've seen hundreds and thousands of people create these stories, it never gets old. So I want to thank you for being on tonight. This is All a Habit of Health. And I just want to leave you guys tonight with, as we start 2016, 1 month is in the books. Who's counting on you to be your healthiest? Not only yourself, but your family and generations that come. I got to talk about my family and how my great-grandma changed their health. My grandma changed their health. My parents changed their health. I changed my health. And now my son just follows what we do every single day. And it's also time to start living the dream you imagine. We've always put this off. So as we start a whole nother year, I want to encourage you guys to say, this is the year that I will expand my health, and have it be the year that you take hold of it. Again, we have enough things going on in our life. What if health was one of the easiest parts of our day? So that being said, guys, I want to congratulate everyone that's done a great job. I want to thank everyone who shared tonight. Incredibly powerful. And I just want to also do a thing here. We actually helped more people this month by about 20% more than we've ever helped before. And it's our mission to help more people in 2016 than ever. So if you're a brand new person on this call and you joined to hear one of these stories and you've been considering or wondering what this program is, we have a special gift for you. Get in contact with the person that invited you. We have a small drawing for a few people to earn a scholarship for one of their nutrition plans. So if you'd like that to be you, connect with the person that invited you. We would love if that was you. We'll do the drawing or shortly after this call, so message them ASAP. And we'd love to help you be one of these people on this call someday. Anything's possible. And Dawn, I don't know if you have good audio to finish up. Did you want to add anything as we finish up here today?
I just wanted to say thank you again to everyone that shared. And Brett, thank you so much for co-hosting this call with us. It's just been amazing, and can't wait to link arms with a lot of people and really knock 2016 out of the park as far as health goes.
All right. You guys have a great night. Thanks for joining us, and have a good evening.